What's going on, guys? Woo! Man, crazy stuff going on. Like literally 2 live streams in less than 24 hours. And I did another second to last Sea-Doo video. All right, so let's get a little bit more people in this. And then I want to show some stuff with the GP because there's a bunch of people DMing me stuff of not understanding kind of how the new 2021 is different. And I want to take apart parts to kind of show you an idea of how the whole redesign is, how it happened, because some people are confused. I keep on describing stuff and I physically have to show somebody because they aren't understanding. So, and it's kind of interesting too. If you guys aren't aware, last night I leaked, literally after the live stream, I had the whole promo video for the GP1800R and it was live on my Instagram. That's why I tell you, if you're not on Instagram, give me a follow. I am _Beowulf. You'll never know what's posted on there. So you guys got to be checking out on that. So cool news. Thanks to Riva Racing, or you can say Riva Motorsports. And if you're not aware, there's 2 companies with Riva. They got Riva Motorsports. That's where they sell all the stuff brand new, because there were a bunch of people that didn't realize that's how they do stuff. And then they got Riva Racing with all the parts, both in the same place, but both completely different. So big shout out to Riva. First, David, the owner of both companies, to helping me out. And definitely with a mail, he's like the top sales guy at Riva Motorsports. And they got that's why I didn't want to say anything last night, because I was like, I didn't have the deposit down. They are getting the most allocations for the Superjet 2021. So if you want one, they are the people to go to. Tell them that I am Beowulf sent you, and they will hook you guys up. They're also the first dealer to have on display tomorrow the 2021 Yamaha Waverunners, the whole lineup. The truck literally just got dropped off, came to them from Yamaha like in the last hour. I know all what's going on. So I put a deposit on the Superjet, and I taking delivery basically some part of October or November, but I am on top of the list to get one. So I'm really excited, and I was just emailing with Jettrim, and they are stitching up a tray insert for the 2021 Superjet tomorrow, and they are sending me pictures of what it's all going to look like. I'm pretty excited. That's like shows with the industry. There's a lot of stuff going on really fast with stuff, so I'm real excited with what's going on. And so let's get out talking about this, because basically the best thing we all can do, instead of me holding up a phone or stuff, go on Yamaha's website and we can go down with all the stuff. Now the lower models with, from what I was told with sales today, the lower models with Yamaha will be in dealers, well, for sure Riva Motorsports, beginning of early September. They aren't changing anything new on those. They're just new colors, but they already got those ready to ship out, which is exciting if people are into that. I have to say the lower models have some really cool color combos. The one thing I'm a little disappointed with the 2021 Yamaha GP1800R is the color combos and the graphics. I can see with the Superjet why they went the way they did, because everybody's going to be doing their own stuff with that. I've seen a promo video with Yamaha with that, where they did, I had like, not a wrap, but they put graphics over the white where you can see the white. So it's white and blue. Looks really sharp. And I'm trying to think of my theme with that. I'm kind of looking at it. I was thinking to myself, maybe I've been wanting to do an orca themed jet ski. She's going to become the orca, the killer whale. Just like what's on my arm, man. We're gonna have a. I was thinking to myself, well, it's white on the bottom. I don't want it to be white. I'm thinking, I'm like, it's gonna become the killer whale, orca attack, the alpha predator of the water. So I'm excited. So it's cool with the stuff changing. Now, a little thing off subject with the Yamaha that I was leaked. The only thing big changing with Sea-Doo is going to be a new RXT-X. Not saying I'm going to buy one, but I've seen a few people kind of being hating these Sea-Doo owners. I'm trying to keep the hate down on Sea-Doo, and I don't understand why some of these Sea-Doo owners are like hating on the Yamaha. Because I'll be positive and all that when the Sea-Doo comes out and stuff like that. So everybody doesn't have to ride the same ski. Now I'm real excited that I will be putting on. I've been debating because I had a bunch of dealers DMing me trying to get me to buy skis from them, and I'm like, oh, I'm already locked in with Riva Motorsports, Riva Racing, and everybody's trying to get me now to get the GP from them, and that's why I've been like, the whole day has been like, luckily had a neighbor help me take my other trailer off, so I assembled that and put them away. So definitely I've been like, all these people calling, messaging me. It's shocking. A lot of dealers don't know all what's going on. And I'll tell you, Riva Motorsports, they are in the know. You guys kind of seen the video I posted last night with the promo thing with Yamaha with the GP1800R. And I think it looks really exciting what's going on. I think the biggest thing I'm most excited about is what they were talking about. It's cutting edge, new to the industry. So you see a lot of my videos, I play with the trim of how I get the ski to maneuver, doing different things. So what they're claiming is when you go into a turn approaching, like if I want the thing to go the farthest underwater, you want the trim all the way down. So what they're saying is, and when you turn, the trim automatically adjusts and comes back up when you're straight line going, which I think is really cool with that. I also think too with the footwells where they're going to have automatic draining like how the FX is, kind of excited about that. And I'm getting, at first I was a little disappointed. Now I'm just thinking about what I would change appearance wise on it. And I'd like to see if you guys' opinion on this. Excuse me. What color do you think I should get? We got the black and green, which I think it looks super sharp, but I'm feeling it's a little Kawasaki right there, in my opinion. But I think it would look sharp doing a really cool thing like Jettrim doing a green seat, matching with that, changing up the graphics with the green. I think we could get it to match really cool. I don't think it could be really cool with hydro dipping because being primarily black, they don't really have a bright green you could redo in like hydrographing that. That was a hard thing, hydrographing some of the stuff I did with my GP1800R. That was like the brightest yellow can be done with doing that with the snakeskin. So it was real hard to kind of match stuff. Now you got the blue. There's definitely, you take out the white and do something different with that easily. So that's why I'm at the fence about what color I want. So I like to see people's in the comments. What color, if I get the 2020 or the 2021 Yamaha GP1800R, what color do you guys think I should get? Because I'm on the fence about both. I got cool plans of what I would do customizing that. But that's why I was at the fence. I'm like, oh, should I keep it? Should I wait to 2022? I was thinking all this stuff. I'm like, I got this new custom seat coming for the GP1800R. I think it's about like the Jettrim told me they're about 3 to 4 weeks out with the new custom seat for my GP1800R, which is going to be like, dude, it's going to blow people's minds away how cool it's going to look. It's probably going to come in and I'm going to be like, I don't want to sell it now. So I'm almost debating, do I do the same color combos like I have on my existing GP1800R with doing the blue? That's why I was thinking. I was kind of like, well, it'd be cool to get a different color, change it up. But I do like the blue. I know I was talking to my mom about it. She's like, oh, you should do the blue with the green and the black. I thought, yeah, that would look kind of cool. So I'm on the fence about what I'm doing. But I'm real excited. So what I should start doing in this, let's start popping out some of the seats on this. I brought the chair out so we can have this like position, because I've been thinking, I'm like, how am I going to do a different angle with this? So also a cool thing, I got some cool, this is the coffee I have. I just got this delivered and I can't wait to make a cup of this. Look at this thing. dust, don't it? And it's like, dude, that is just, oh, it's the best coffee ever. It's on my Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/I'm Beowulf. Let me move some of this stuff. And kind of a little bit of a mess. All right, so let me get this position. And turn that's supposed to do this. Oh, I'll have to unplug the computer. All right, so I want to show this because this is what people are getting confused upon. I wish this thing was a little bit higher, but we're going to just change the angle for a second. So if you've seen the videos, there's this plastic piece that's going to be all around here. So it's not going to have this little trim piece. So it's a plastic piece. That's thus what makes the whole panels look different on it. And I want to address them, and if people are getting a little confused on it. All right, let's make sure I get this where it's stable. Move my screen down so I know what I'm showing you guys. All right, so sorry about it being. So what people are getting confused upon is there's like a brace that people think is a brace, and it's not a brace. If you look right here, this is how this whole panel is bolt on to be how it looks. So the structure it's coming right off of here, and it kind of clips in, so there's bolts kind of going around here. So you can see this is all the hull, fiberglass hull, right? Now you're looking here how this is. Now have you seen the storage compartment is designed differently? It's not as big as you see what this design is. Now the reason why they had the brace going across and you're not seeing as much getting in there is because that is how they're mounting all those panels in the front. How this is going to be different because this piece, so if you're looking here, this is all one piece, this whole cover right coming up there. And that's why they're putting, it looks like a brace. It's structurally just so much stuff is going on there is how that design is. So if you see it in the shots, this trim is not here. You can't see the paint because it's black, that it's the plastic. So this is what's going on with this. So this piece is different. This is all different design. So that's basically what's going on with this. Now I'll try to get it where I'm not falling because I don't have a lot of room. Now if you look here, the gas, I'm trying to get this where I can have enough room now. So the gas fills up here, right? Well, on the new one, the gas fills up on the other side, so it's not here. Now when you look at that one video, the storage looks similar, but all this, if you look, they're going to be attaching pieces. This bumper is not the same. They're attaching pieces coming up, so it's not going to be just the bare fiberglass hull. It's how this is all designed. The mirrors, everything is different. So that's getting you an idea, and I think they're moving. This is obviously in a different position, moving how the steering is. So that gets you an idea of what's going on. So that is thus why this looks different. So when you first look at it, when you pop the seat, it doesn't look like there's a lot of room working in here. Is because that whole, this plastic piece that you'll see in the photos, it actually comes far down here. It is like that because it's structurally holding a majority of what all this is up top. And that's what I think people are getting a little confused upon, and that's what I want to show and address. It's really hard to describe and show it to people, but that is how it all is. So my only thing I'm a little worried about the new ones is it's going to be a lot of work. You have to remove that whole piece to work in there. The same as when I installed exhaust, if you remember, the work racing exhaust. I had to unbolt all these to get enough room to squeeze down in there to go work down in there. The only thing that's going to be a little hard is when you're doing some of the work, majority of stuff, like you want to spray in there and whatnot, you'll have to remove that whole plastic cover. So I kind of want to show and address that. So we're all on the same page, how things will look different. So the hull is the same hull down below. The things are differently set up all around here. So like when you're taking stuff off, This panel is one piece. This thing comes off. This thing comes off. So there's like all those. So that's originally when I thought they're redesigning it, is how different pieces. Like, see, this is actually the hull. This isn't a body piece. All the new stuff is going to be like setting up onto this piece where you won't see how this is. It's all going to be body pieces. And that gets you a basic idea of what's going on. And somebody was thinking this was a brace separate, but all it is a whole part of the lower plastic piece going around here to make it more rigid with that. And I want to show that because I think there was too many people getting confused about that. So let me put the seat back on so we can reposition all this, because this chair is a little bit too short. And the seat is going to be different than the existing one that's been in here. Set this all back up like normal. Yeah, it's a lot of maneuvering around. Luckily, I got stuff to show you guys. So I hope that makes stuff a little bit understanding. So I think that's my only biggest downfall is it's gonna be like when you're installing parts, you'll always have to remove that piece. That is the only thing. And actually, too, the FX is completely different, too. It's not the same. Dan says I should get the black, green, and match the fleet. Definitely. I'm like on the fence. I'm actually like gonna put a deposit. I don't know what color I want to get. So Mark asks, are you getting the new GP1800R? It's what the plan is. Dan said, make the SJ look like a World War II plane with a big mouth and teeth. It is going to become an Orca. I pretty much made my mind up. I have an idea of what it's going to be. Maybe like a carbon fiber Orca or something. I don't know. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do, but I think that'd be a little bit of a spoiler. But Patrick says, but the black looks sleek. Jason says, hey, what's up? What's going on, brother? Ron said, white. Jason said, I have a 2019 GP1800R. Rob said, decided between the red FX Cruiser or the black Lava Limited. This is your opinion. Dan said, who's going to be the person cut that out? You won't be able to, because I think it's, like I showed you, looks like it's a structural piece. Patrick donated $1.99. Thanks a lot, brother. Appreciate it. There's a $sign at the bottom. You can donate money to the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. It helps feed the doggo fund. I got 4 dogs, man. It's definitely appreciate it. Patrick said, yeah, they moved the fuel filler and the entire tank itself had to be moved, a lot of stuff around. I think it's a whole different fuel tank. I don't think it's the same one. Mark said, so it's like a CDU RXT cover? Not exactly, because you can actually see what's going on in the engine. The RXT-X had it where half the stuff you couldn't see, and there's a lot of bolts to move. You can actually get the stuff, but if you want to really move out some stuff, you will have to pull it out. Like I guarantee you, if you're doing like an oil change and all that, you will have to move it out. JPC said, great point, easy space and maintenance. The black piece throws it off. I'm keeping my 2020 GP1800R. Yeah, the whole thing, what people aren't realizing, like what I just showed you guys early in the live stream, is it's all structure for the whole body, like the whole front of the ski. And you can see the cover, the waterproof storage is different. So it's all for structure for the whole front of the ski. Because there isn't a lot of mounting points with that, is why that piece is like that. John says the Superjet looks pretty cool. I'm super excited. Perp said I probably bought the last 2020 GP-R like 3 weeks ago. Glad I did. I do like this auto trim and the speakers though. Kind of looks like they were going with the older GP1200 look. Yeah, the cool thing tomorrow, people from Riva Racing are going to be FaceTiming me. So I get to see everything really close up. I got multiple people that work with Riva are going to be sending me photos and a lot of stuff. So I'm going to be seeing stuff. The curious thing I want to see with the GP is I really want to see close up of the steering handlebar system, because the bars look like what I pulled out when I did before doing the Riva Racing, what it looked like underneath. And it looks like they did a bunch of attachments. The cool thing I'm real excited about the Superjet is that the pole is adjustable to move it forward or back. So it's literally, you don't have to change an aftermarket pole. It's, I think, really cool. The other thing that's really cool with the Superjet is it has the tie downs on the left and right side. Then the SXR 1500 has this hole, and I have these cool custom straps. So I strap it down. So it's kind of cool that the Superjet is a little bit different. So it gives you options for tying it down. That's like real crucial when you're towing stuff. Mark said the black and green looks too much like Kawasaki. Yeah, I like the black and green. It's like I'm really feeling that. I always like to get something a little bit different the next time around. So that's why I'm like debating what color I want to buy. I wish, what kind of upsets me is the lower models. Nothing wrong with the lower models, but the lower models have some of the coolest color combos. I feel like some of their color combos were rushed. I can see why the Superjet is all white and black, because it gives you all the whole blank canvas to do whatever you want to do looking for looks on it. I don't like the graphics they put on the GPs for 2021 at all. I probably, as soon as I get it, will be taking them immediately off. I just not feeling them at all. I'm not feeling some of the color combos where they're at, but it'll be different when I actually see something in person or on a video chat, where it's different than watching a video, seeing stuff up close. Daniel said, what do you think about the 2021 Superjet color? Like I said, I'm going to be doing a wrap with it as soon as possible. That's where, like, Jettrim were like, oh, you guys, you want to do an order on the mats already? I'm like, no, I'm going to wait, because it's a couple months till I get it. Plus, I have no clue what I'm doing combo with it, and I do not want to make the trim in the tray be white, because it's going to get super dirty. And I actually don't even know. I have no clue what I'm going to be doing with it, and that's why I kind of want to wait. I want to see photos, and well, I want to be one of the first people to install one of those too. That'd be pretty cool. Bait's on here. What's up, brother? Bait, I showed everybody what you were asking me earlier. So scroll back on the live stream and you'll see I'm not going to pull everything back off again. Jason asked, on the new one, are you going to do the Riva Racing? I'm just getting, I don't know, maybe David wanted me to spoil stuff. So I'm going to be, there are mods up on the, coming up for the Superjet already, and I'm going to be one of the first people installing those and doing a whole video with that. So spoiler alert, it's what I got the email from David with Riva Racing and Riva Motorsports. So there's packages and bolt-on parts coming, and I'm going to be like one of the first people you guys are going to, besides them seeing it. It's actually funny, when I was talking to the sales guy, the first one they're getting is going to R&D department, and I'm next on the list. So I'm literally going to be the first person taking delivery from Riva Motorsports of a 2021 Yamaha Superjet. I'm hoping too they got like a small, I don't want to say a lake, and I don't want to call it a pond. It's in between, in the back of their property, and definitely we're going to put that right in the water on delivery before it goes on the trailer, go home. We're going to be right on the water immediately, seeing what this thing is like. Because it's late in the year, still be a little warm out here, but it will be getting cold. And being down, way down in Florida, it's going to be probably a lot hotter than back in South Carolina. Patrick said, I'm actually excited about the nicer screen on the GP. Yeah, it's the exact same one from the FX. Looks super cool. Hi said, are you selling the GP1800R? Yep, it's for sale with my Triton Elite trailer. So if you're interested in that, DM me on Instagram. I am _Beowulf. $808 Hawaiians on here says 2020 Black FX is the sexiest looking ski. I think it looks really sharp. Little said, how good do you think the GTX 170 2021 gonna be? No changes from what I've been told by people who sell Sea-Doos. And again, this is about Yamaha. Where I don't want to be, there's nothing to be talking about Sea-Doo in this thing. I mean, there'll be a whole nother video when Sea-Doo finally comes. All I know is the Sea-Doos will not ship to after the first of the year. There is a big concern getting 2021 Sea-Doos out. So Beta, when will the new GP be out for sale for us to buy? It won't be hitting dealers till November. Late October, early November. Jason said, if you come down to Florida, I get together with you and go to Fort Myers Beach. I'm not going to go on the opposite side of Florida. It's way too much of a drive. And I think I have to be hauling my dogs down when I go do that trip. So I don't think I'm going to only ride at their facility and then I head home. Jacob asked, do you think the new GP1800R will have a cruise control? The GP1800R is like the race model. If you're all about the cruise control and all that stuff, I would look at the FX. I've seen people posting that, and it's like, why would you want to have? I would not want to see a button there for stuff like that. Would not be interested. Hunter said, yeah, they'll be taking orders there for the 2021 on site tomorrow at Riva Racing, Riva Motorsports. Both the same thing, both the same spot. I don't like getting like the ones that Riva Racing has all done up because I like to do stuff custom how I want it to be. What nothing wrong with what they sell those and you want to buy those. To me, I like to make something I want it to be. So I make it the Beowulf style. Yeah, I was shocked that they had the red, white, and black, that they didn't do the red, white, and blue. I feel that graphic-wise, 2019 and 2020, Yamaha GP1800Rs have the best graphics. I thought it was kind of a letdown on the graphics. I think, no offense to Yamaha, whoever designed the graphics on that, you should be fired. You should be fired immediately. If somebody head up, I'm sorry to say that it is the truth. If somebody sent me that from Yamaha and said, this is what it's going to be like, I would be honest and tell them, be like, no, fix that. Don't show it that way. And I'm not trying to be mean. I mean, I told you, the truth hurts, and I will speak the truth. And it doesn't matter who it is, Sea-Doo, Yamaha, Kawasaki, I will speak the truth. The graphics on the GP1800R for 2021 is not good. But you can always change and do a custom. So to me, I'm always into doing stuff different. So no big deal here for me. I was going to go down to their event tomorrow, but it's not possible to do that. So I wish I could be down there, but I'll get to see everything on video chats and all that from them. So good enough for me. Also, make sure you hit the like button, and there's the $ if you want to do a donation. If you want to find some of these really cool hats, they're on my my online store, IamBeowulf.com. Beta asks, can you walk right now and put a deposit on the GP1800R? But a lot of dealers who were talking to me, trying to get me one, they still couldn't figure out the pricing. They were like, a lot of dealers don't know all the breakdown of what's going on. Riva Motorsports is on the ball. What's going on? Perp asked about the Riva handlebars. It's not $500. There's like I said last night in the chat, you asked that. It's about $1,000 with everything tied in because you need the hand grips, you need the bars, and you don't reuse the stock bars because that's all a separate piece. And and if you ask if a novice could do it, probably not, because there's a lot of holes you have to drill into the plastic piece, and if you don't do it right, it's not going to line up and put together. I did it, watched the whole video, doing it. It's not easy. I will not tell you a novice could do it. Junior asked, do hats for women? This is a unisex hat, meaning it works for women and men. Yeah, no problem, man. I thought you heard it last night, so I don't want to. But I talked all about it. So that if you break down the handlebars, I think other people have asked me about that too. There's a button because it's kind of custom of what you're doing. So it's like you can put what hand grips. Then there's two. Then the hand. I'll show you real quick. So like. This doesn't come with the kit, so this piece is different. This piece is different. Let's see, where's the side where it's one of these say. One of these. That side right there. It says Riva, so you have to buy that piece. That's separate. The bar is separate, and then this whole assembly is a separate piece. So when I was talking, what's complicated is you have these holes to do here that you have to drill into this plastic piece, top and bottom. And they have to be perfect because look, when you go lock to lock, it needs to touch. So if it's not right, you will have a problem with that. So like I said, it's not impossible, but if you're not familiar with doing stuff like that, I would stay away from doing it and leave it to the professionals. Thanks, mate, for donating the $5. Hashtag feed the doggos. I don't know because I'm a supporter. Sorry if you hate me. I just support people who I like and do so by a donor. Mirez is old stamp, still good. Skis, totally. I really like it. The 4-stroke stuff. I was looking at getting a wave blaster, and I just, to be honest, I don't want to be messing around with any 2-stroke stuff right now. The new age with the 4-strokes, and it's kind of cool that they're up and up. Perp, I am happy to show you it. No big deal. Kimi asked, just bought an FX SVHO 2020. Will the Riva intake rate and ride plate make a difference as this stuck? Maybe stock parts look, maybe she meant look different or look similar. I would check with them because I'm pretty positive it's only the GP that's running 2019 and up has the Riva Racing ride plate. So I would definitely call them. You can talk to Will in sales with Riva Racing. He can definitely hook you up. Tell him I'm Beowulf sent you, and he can more explain it. I want to tell you something that's not facts, and you can figure out that. But usually, always intake rates, ride plates, sponsons really help the handling of a ski, and you can customize it how you want to be. Mariz asked, are most old stand-ups all two strokes? They're all two strokes. The only things you can get, they're OEM factory two-stroke or four strokes is the Kawasaki SXR 1500 and now the 2021 Yamaha Superjet. Personally, I got a cop that tank top too. Didn't see it when I bought the heads. Cheers, boys. It's all good. We got the in a Yamaha. Yeah, these. I get these. I still have to take photos, and these will be up on the site soon. Hopefully, like next couple of days. There's this tank top. There'll be a T-shirt and the tank top. They'll be up soon. Yeah, it's kind of mixed people of what they like. The new GP1800R. Some people like it, and some people don't. Some bug bit my foot. Yeah, I have nothing against Sea-Doo owners. They've been really hating on the Yamaha stuff. I don't know why. Maybe because now they didn't realize that the Yamaha had something big going on. Somebody was hating on it, saying all these plastic pieces on the new GP will fade. And then my response to them on Instagram is like, hey, it's better than having a plastic hull. I mean, you walk yourself into those situations. I am not one to be hating, but man, if you can start something, I'm going to tell the truth. You know, it's just kind of funny. Nothing wrong with Sea-Doos. You got one, man. We all can be different. We all don't have to have the exact same stuff. So if you want a Sea-Doo, awesome. You want a Yamaha, awesome. You want a Kawasaki, awesome. We all have to be the same. We can all be different. Brad said, bro, what do you think about the 2021 RXT-X? I guarantee you it's probably going to be a plastic hull like the rest of the lineup. We'll never know. Will I buy one? No. I already told you, Perp, I know for sure the only new ski they have coming out for Sea-Doo is a new RXT-X. Basin said, I just sold my Sea-Doo today and buying a 2021 GP1800R SVHO. Awesome, man. Yeah, but I'm pretty excited. The crazy thing, though, I tell people earlier, got to follow me on Instagram because last night, right after the chat, I posted the whole promo video with Yamaha with the GP1800R. Little said, will the GTX series be plastic bottoms? Everything that Sea-Doo sells, except for the RXT-X right now, which we'll say is going to be different for 2021, all of them have Polytech, means plastic hulls. Again, this is about Yamaha. Like, let's not even, like, there'll be a whole Sea-Doo thing once Sea-Doo happens. Today, Shine is Yamaha. The same as when Sea-Doo comes out, I'm not going to be all Yamaha this, Yamaha that. We're going to give them their Shine Sea-Doo. So today is the Shine for Yamaha. Brett said one will the GP1800R be in stock at dealers. They'll be arriving to most dealers in November. The sad thing is they'll probably all be sold out, and they're not going to be any price sitting in dealers. It's all about putting that deposit down. No joke. But make sure you do your research, because I think a lot of dealers play you. Make sure you need to know how many they're getting and how big of a dealer they are. Because the reality is the dealers that know everything are the more top big dealers. The smaller dealers that just kind of like there's one dealer that's not maybe like an hour away from me. They only sell Yamaha, and they weren't even going to order GP1800Rs. They weren't even going to plant. Basin asked, only wears open loop versus closed loop. What do you intake on Yamaha engines? Open loop's the best, because even when you have a closed loop cooling, you're still having water. If it's supercharged, you're still having salt water going into the intercooler, and you're still having salt water going into the exhaust. And if you want to have be the coolest running, open loop cooling is the best. Lone Star asks, is there a price difference from the 2020 to the 2021? If you go on Yamaha's site, they got it all breakdown. Like, to be honest, I don't remember all prices of what stuff was been. Marco asked, would you ever do a Hayabusa swap ski project? Reality is, it's not what engine, it's what props. The majority of the time is the Hayabusa wouldn't make the thing run faster because there's not a transmission in the ski. But I'm excited about the color combos. I think they're all a little bit different. They have a lot of options to choose from with the FX too, which is nice. The reality is open loop cooling. What people don't realize, it's you clean it all out. You put like salt away. Any of those things are all in my Amazon store. You run that through there, it cleans it right out. Reality is all skis, it doesn't matter what the cooling is. You have to spray WD-40 inside the engine bay. They're all going to have the same maintenance. And it doesn't matter what the cooling is, because all your exterior parts, if you don't do the right maintenance cleaning them after riding, will rust. So it doesn't matter what the cooling is. The reality, everything is going to get damaged over time in salt water. The same as if you have an aluminum trailer and you go in the salt, still things will get wrecked, like your wiring and all that. It's nothing safe in salt water. Big thing going on too is you want to, if you're looking to get something new, definitely get moving on it, because stuff people are not going to realize is stuff is going to sell super fast on all brands. They're already sold out now. What do you think is going to happen once they announce all the prices and stuff? Stuff's going to be selling really quick. Oh man, what is? Something keeps biting with an ant or something. Man, I was getting bit by something. I don't even know what it was. Hey, mosquito. Yeah, I know tomorrow their event at Riva Motorsports stuff is going to move real fast because everybody's going to see stuff, put in deposits. The cool thing is that they got the chance to see stuff before every other dealer, and it's crazy. Some of the dealers I talked to, they didn't even have a clue that Riva was doing that. Well, when you move the most inventory, they're going to do nice things for you. And a lot of people don't realize a lot of parts that Yamaha has on them are parts that they've used from the factory on the Yamaha. So they got Riva has a huge connection with Yamaha. I would be, if you're looking at skis, definitely be calling all your dealers up, shop around with stuff. Don't buy it from the first person you see. I did hear they changed some stuff with the engine, but did not clearly see any of that stuff talked about in their stuff. So it's kind of confusing with that. There were motor add-ons, but it wasn't talked about. I do know that the new 2021 Yamaha GP is having a different intake rate. I was trying to see from Riva, but certain people didn't know if it's some style of a Riva intake rate that's being installed on it. That was the one thing, because the ride plate is from Riva, it just doesn't have the badging on it, and that's why I was curious about what they were doing. It definitely shows what changing the intake rate is a must, because if they're doing it on the new model, shows that they're seeing more gains by putting a different intake rate. If you swear on this and typing, it automatically will keep you hidden. I won't have any control. So swearing, you can talk, you can type without swearing. So if you saw earlier in the live stream, I broke down kind of what is different from the previous gen Yamaha GP1800R to the new 2021. So if you've just gotten into the chat, if you go back at the beginning, you kind of can see with that what's going on. The biggest thing I was curious before everything was announced is if you could take the old GP and make it look like that. And the reality is you probably spend more money than what it costs to buy the new one to make it, because you got to first drill in the hull, everything's moved around, you'd have to pull the engine out to even get to the fuel tank. It'd be easier just to go buy a new one. It probably could be done. You would have to have another one like it to get an idea of what goes where, but it would probably cost you as much as it would be to buy a new one. It'd just be better to buy a new one, because that's at first I thought it could have been real basic how they were changing stuff, and you could easily add it to the new one. Seeing how everything is, there's a lot more to it. Billy says, I hope the Superjet rides as good as it looks, because it looks badass. I definitely tell you, it looks really, really futuristic. Coolest thing is it has a fuel gauge, which I think is mandatory on a stand-up, knowing some clue of idea what's going on. And we'll see. Kawasaki, like I said, are just like Toyota. They got something good, they're not going to change it. But once they see their competition has a fuel gauge, I'm likely would see sometime in the future that Kawasaki, not this year, maybe next year, will change something. The good thing is they really haven't changed anything on the SXR 1500 from 2017 to 2020, except for colors. So it shows that they knew before coming out they had a good platform. And I think it'll be a real cool comparison of the two stand-ups. I'm really excited. Lone said the color scheme is nice, and they have a nice integrated sound system that kind of like the Sea-Doo. Yeah, definitely it's cool. It doesn't come standard with the GP. Doesn't come standard with the speakers. It's an $800 option. I don't. If I get the 2021, I will not add the speakers because I do not need that. And I think there might be drilling. The hard thing is all the photos are with the speakers, but I'm not going to be getting the speakers. It's kind of one of those things. Like I had the RXT-X, I regretted buying the speakers. I wish I never did it. It was like not a. I really even never even used it. Man, there's something. My leg is like, foot is getting all swollen beat out here. I don't know what keeps them biting me. Hang on a second. I need to get some, got some like really cool bug spray with natural. I'm going to grab it because I don't want to be getting bit out here by you. Who knows what's biting my legs? That's crazy. And I got this like really good natural bug spray. Spray it on my feet. I don't know what is. Sorry about that. I have no clue what's biting my legs, and it's just I keep on paying attention to my feet. Of like I have sandals on. Somebody keeps on biting me. Yeah, Alex said not many people sit around on their skis in the middle of the lake, just hang out there. The speakers seem pointless. Yeah. Well, the big thing is even if you sit with it running, there's a chance your battery will go dead. The biggest thing too, why I'm not a pro about speakers in a ski, let's say you get an accident, which is really possible to happen. And like I said, when my mom was in high school, my grandpa, her and her brother got in a really, 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 really bad boating accident. My mom was in a full body cast when she graduated high school. The accident was actually just a couple days ago. It was the anniversary of it. And the thing is, let's say somebody's drunk or on something and hits you with a boat, and then at the end where there's witnesses and be like, well, this guy was on the jet ski and had speakers where you couldn't hear stuff. You could turn around and not being in your favor, and you could be the guilty one when you're the innocent one in a situation. That is why I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, but it is the truth. It is the reality. The truth hurts. And that's just my honest opinion. And if you want to do that stuff, all to you. But, I mean, you never know when you're out there. Somebody hits you with a boat, and they'll be like, well, he couldn't hear me because he had speakers on. I keep all my skis on a trickle charger too all the time, like you can see on my SXR 1500 behind me. They're always on a charger. And you can find those too on my Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/I'm Beowulf. Really nice different ones to choose from. Billy said that's why it's against the law to drive with headphones on. I'm just looking out for people because sometimes people don't think of stuff, realizing it. Like, you know, when you, like, for example, the new Superjet has exhaust right through the back of the hull. It's designed like that. When you drill a hole in your back, most people don't realize your insurance can maybe drop you because you just put a hole in something that was considered a boat, watercraft, whatnot, but it's in the water and you put a big hole like this. I trust you. Your insurance company will not like you, and they'll be like, man, we don't want to mess around with this. They'll be like, well, you already have one hole, and you're adding another hole on it. It is the reality. Yeah, Hunter said, if you tell them, yeah, but what happens when you have an insurance claim and you have a assessor come out with the insurance company and they see it. And they see that, and what are you going to tell them? And they're not stupid. I can trust you that. Can you imagine if you bought a new car and you start drilling holes all out on the outside of it and be like, oh, I'm doing this because I want to be different. They're going to say, bye. Alex did some good points in this. I treat my ski like a sport bike or dirt bikes. Some features just are not needed for some products. Besides, I like listening to the engine and the water splashing around. That's the one thing too. Like the one thing I don't like is when you see these big, I don't want to say choppers or whatever, the big heavy bikes that have the speakers. That's kind of what I laugh about comparing to any jet ski with speakers. Is that you're like that person. Nothing wrong with that. But these people have music so loud. That's a prime example. So say a truck, a car, a semi hit them. You're going to say, well, he had his music so loud he couldn't hear anything. It is true. I mean, the truth hurts, but it is the reality. I mean, big thing too is it's always good to make sure your phone's charged. I like keeping everything, like you guys seen past videos. I got that Faraday bag. It's on my Amazon store. And I like that because sometimes you never know in a situation, maybe your ski won't sink, but something you got to get off real quick. It's nice to have everything real fast. It's waterproof and floating that you quickly, if you need to get off for any situation that you can, and everything's real quick to get to. So I'll put in the link, date when the note. The link is to my Amazon store. Oh man, I think it has space. Hang on a second. And that's what it is, but it must not be able to hit a direct link. So it's Amazon.com/shop/IamBeowulf. Put it in, you can see everything listed in there. That's the other cool thing. I got this, I had to do a video on it. So this is this tactical dry bag that I have. And it actually can get down really big. I just got some bigger stuff in there right now. It's taken out. But I'll do a whole, not a live stream, but an actual video. So this is kind of what it's, I have a lot of gear in there. And this thing's fully waterproof. And it is a backpack and has all the mole attachments. It comes with all like the mole attachments, but I leave them off so it gets in and out of the ski real fast. But I have a whole bunch of stuff in there, like flares, survival gear, a full out trauma kit, like a bunch of stuff in there. I'll do a whole video showing that. Bait, the bag is on the Amazon store, so it's under jet ski riding gear. And you can see what I don't know all prices off the top of my head. You go on there and you'll see it. Awesome bag. And it is 100% waterproof. Really thick. Really thick. I mean, this thing is real nice. And I've gone through a big abuse of being thrown around and stuff like that. It's my go-to. That, yeah, Merez, that's in my Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/IamBeowulf. I've been meaning, I've had it for over a year and I've been waiting, but I've kind of like some stuff I like to test out for a while instead of like seeing what it is. And I'm real impressed with that bag. There was one that Sea-Doo made, it was waterproof, and I had my pew in there and I had some other stuff and it was full of salt water, and like, yeah, I was like really pissed. That's and the last time I buy any of the Sea-Doo gear, it's not that great. Hunter said, I have a 2019 GP Sunday I cut wide open, instantly lost half power. It sounds like it's blowing more air. Ever since then, I need to where to start. and it's low RPM. Probably means you have a boost leak, meaning one of your intercooler piping came loose. I'd start looking at that. Matters what's all done to it, but that's a start. If you're not familiar how to work on stuff, then bring it to the professionals, like a local shop or a dealer. But if you're not automotive savvy, don't start pulling stuff apart. The bag, I can guarantee you the bag is on there. Under jet ski riding gear, 100% it's on there. I'll pull it up. Well, there's the 30 bags on there. That's 23 bucks. There you go. I don't know what you're talking about, bait. There's the bag right there. You got to scroll down. Everything's on there. So right there, that's the bag. Like I said, it had all those attachments, and I don't run them on there because it makes the bag too big. And they're called mold bags. Everything's on there. And also, too, this is a kind of cool thing. This is on there. It's this shark repellent. It's used by the Navy. I've seen it, tested that stuff out, too. It's pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there. That's why I tell people, go on there. It's every category. It's really easy. Just go on there, and you just, every category, you just swipe up. And then you go hit the next one. And I got stuff for, like, survival gear, trailer stuff. People have asked, or yeah, so here's some of the jet ski trailer stuff. Then I have some stuff is categorized with certain skis, like the GP1800 on here. Let's see. Stuff with the coronavirus stuff is on there. Survival, the disaster gear. There's like electric generators, food for like if you were stuck, survival food and all that. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. Definitely take a look through all the stuff that's listed. Little Tupac, I just said, he asks, is Yamaha changing any skis? Hello, have you not seen what I've been talking about? I think, no offense, Little Tupac, go on these companies' websites because you keep on asking what's under a price, and everything is listed with prices. I've seen every chat you ask these things, and like, I mean, you got to literally go on the manufacturer sites and see what's going on. There's like huge changes. Oh man, I'm not getting involved with this. You guys want to bicker amongst each other. Wow, man. Let's have no hate here. Let's everybody get along. Sometimes people are confused with stuff. Like I said, the bag didn't have the pouches on there, but it is the bag. You look on there, exactly like what it is. You can see the logo on the back. It's just like I said. There's all these mole attachments, and like I said, you can't fit it in a ski. Look at this. This is all gear that's in there. There's tons of stuff. Do a whole video talking about it. Let's have no. Bait's not a troll. He's confused about what's going on with the bad guys. He's not a troll. Actually, Bait donates every live stream, so a troll wouldn't be donating. He's just a big supporter. He donates because he's a Beowulf Nation supporter. Frank's on here. Frankie, yo, Wolf, it's Frankie. When's the earliest I can get my hands on a Superjet in Long Island, New York? Need one ASAP. I'm told you. Contact. If you're late to the stream, I pre-ordered mine through Riva Motorsports, and you're going to be the first one getting it. And there's limited production, so there's not going to be that many made. I'm traveling 9 hours away to get one, so I'm not getting one local. And it's funny because a lot of local dealers were all DMing me, asking me if I want to get it. I had about 4 DMing me today about it. I'm like, I already put my deposit down on one. I've been asking people for a couple of weeks, like, give me info. Nobody can give me info. Riva was the fastest to get it because they're on the ball knowing what's going on. Omar says, CDU need to step up for 2021. The sad thing is, like I said, nothing's changing except for there's a new ski coming out, and it's the RXT-X. Spoiler. And Frankie has hooked me up with the guy you bought yours from, asked for a meal and sales and Riva Motorsports. I think, Frankie, I was talking about this last night because you did. That's where earlier. So Frankie, it's late to the game. Like I said, there's Riva Racing. They make all the parts. And then there's Riva Motorsports, and they do all the sales of new skis. They sell boats and all that stuff. And Riva Motorsports has multiple locations, I think, in Florida. So yeah, call Riva Motorsports and ask for a meal. Tell them I'm Beowulf sent you, and he'll hook you up. But you'll have to make the drive, man. Otherwise, who knows what your area, what's going on. And you got to think, Frankie, you're up in New York, man. By the time they come out, man, you're gonna have like snow. As I told you last night, you can have snow, man. November, it's gonna be like too cold. But I think you did say you like to go in the cold. Omar says I have my RXP-X. RXP has IBR module light on, and it's a 2020 with 4 hours. Yeah, Frank said, I'll make drive down and ride by you. Haha. Frankie said, me and Beowulf ripping stand-ups is pretty dope. Yeah, that would be definitely cool. Definitely, I'd be calling dealers and seeing it because some of the dealers I was talking to, they wanted to sell me stuff and they didn't have all the logistics put together. Yeah, that's whatever could be biting me. And that's why I definitely look around and see that because I think there's a lot of smaller dealers that aren't on the ball of what's going on. Omar asked, Beowulf, where's your favorite place to ride, Miami or your place? I tell you, I'm not going to hype everything, but I think my area riding is fun. I've done some riding down in Florida. I've not ridden by Miami, but I went to Fort Myers. It was cool, but it was pretty much all saltwater. It was different, but I think coastline riding is different because there was a lot more activity on the water. I do like my areas around here. There's a lot of places, options to go through, and different stuff look different. And it's kind of cool when you see all these like huge Like even when you're on the intercoastal, you got like average homes to like full out mansions that are crazy, like something out of Miami Vice. SRT Speed, come ride Lake Michigan and Chicago. Man, I am not going anywhere near Chicago. You forget what happened on Sunday? Be rolling with a jet ski around there. Oh man, I don't even want to talk about that stuff. The photos I saw, what happened, the aftermath. There is no way I'm going by Chicago. I am planning to take a trip sometime soon up back to the Wisconsin area. I don't know when, but I'm planning to take the SXR 1500 back up there. I got some new mods. I want to do a lot of playing around with it, and I'd rather be in a good lake. Like that Silver Lake was a lot of fun. I think I'm going to be hitting up Silver Lake again and Lake Geneva. I was thinking about hauling both the GP and the SXR up there, but it's just such a long drive to be hauling so much stuff there, and I don't think that's going to happen. SRT Speed, we're good. Trust me, man. I know what's going on there, man. My family lives up in the Midwest. It is crazy. It is crazy. I tell you, people send me, I know, live in Chicago. I know people are all like scared. Frank said, a lot of beaches by me would be fun to learn stunts and surf ride. You know anything about those skis? I think they're cool. I think the hard thing is some of those skis that you're asking about, Frankie, they're hard to get by. I like to get skis where they're kind of like something that's manufactured so you can get stuff. Somebody asked, what did you sell your RXP for? I am not giving prices out, man. I'm not one to talk. Like even if somebody asks what I spent on the Superjet, I'm not giving out prices. All that stuff, all I say is they're guaranteeing me I'm going to be one of the first people I'll take in delivery of one of those. I don't want to talk about prices, what I'm spent. But if you really want to get one, they're the people to go to. I don't need to explain. The same person asks why. I don't need to explain any of this stuff, man. It's really nobody's business. Marco says Somerville Lake in West Virginia is awesome. Luke said, give us more info on the Sea-Doo new jet ski. Like I told you there is a new RXT-X coming out. The person says, just want to know, relax, man. I just told you, like, I don't want to give out the price, man. It's not a big deal. It's just like, chill out, man. Amazed plus debates saying he's messing with him, man. It's like asking the age. It's weird. It is true. I think asking people's age is not right. What people do for work isn't right. All that kind of stuff. I think it's like even asking. It's just kind of stuff. It's just personal stuff, man. It's just, I wouldn't ask you that stuff. Mon says, does the new RXP have passive steering? Who knows what is going on with that? All I know is Sea-Doo is in trouble with manufacturing skis. I know that for facts, and I've had multiple dealers tell me that. They're worried about if they're going to get units in. Like I told you guys, 2021 for Sea-Doo is not going to be a good year. I told you the Fortune 500 had the CEO of BRP on there, and it is not looking promising. And the same thing could happen to Yamaha or Kawasaki because it's a Japanese brand. A lot of stuff with COVID-19 that has a huge outbreak in Japan could have issues in the future of Yamaha with stuff being made. So everybody's not in the clear. Even though they're built in America, stuff is manufactured in Japan. And again, this is not about Yamaha, man. We'll talk about Sea-Doo when Sea-Doo gets their shine. Mark said 2021 RXP all new hull, Polytech, but the same powertrain. It won't be fiberglass, I guarantee it. It's gonna, what it's gonna probably be is whatever that model previous was based off of what it's going to be. It's not going to be some big shocker, I guarantee it. Frankie asked Howard, the new trailer is awesome. I got my neighbor to help me get it off. Put the wheels on the second one and got them all set up. I haven't put them on yet on any of the skis. You can see I still got the old one. Got to figure out a day when it's going to be a hassle because I have to bring a trailer there, bring a ski, and then you got to do all the adjustments to get them on there. I'm excited. I'm excited with the new trailers. Also, too, with the new GP, I was trying to give a chance of like local dealers and whatnot with getting something from them, and they just didn't seem too promising with it. So I always try to help local businesses, and they didn't want to. They looked too greedy on what they wanted to get out of the skis or something. I don't know. Also good off-subject news. I had Ragnar, I said last night, she had to go get her checkup with the vet with her. She had her ears cropped. She's had a cone on since I got her. They still have the donut on, but the cone is off. She can see a lot more of what's going on. And then on Monday, she gets her stitches out. And then we're going to start taping the ears to get them to stand up. I like my RXT-X. Like I said, it was time to move into newer stuff. If you've kind of seen since the channel started with this, a lot of the collection has been changing. There's some stuff, like there's nothing from the first year in the channel anymore. It moves to new stuff. I like to keep stuff fresh, move to the next thing. It'll be like everything always at one time is going to move on and be sold and get into the next thing. But I do appreciate the people that did help get me the info to be leaked out about all the new 2021 Yamahas. Were a big help. And like I said, late last night, I posted the video way before the dealers. It's funny, when the dealers are talking, I'm like, yeah, the video you saw this morning, man, I had that up before you even awake. And they were like shocked, like, what? Like, yeah, I'm a sleuth. Should have a job with the CIA. CIA, if you're listening, give me some side work. Definitely, I think some of these dealers should be smart and hire me as a consultant to sell units for them. I think sometimes people don't realize business, how I could really help some dealers out. Some people know, and then some people, I know, like with that Triton trailer dealer, I gave a shout out last night. Awesome people, and they realize that how you have to sell these units. It's not overpricing them, it's being competitive. It's how you move stuff. Like I said, the past business I had, selling racing gear, and was a performance shop and a professional race team. Everything had map pricing, but always you want to be the most competitive with the price, not the overprice. That is how you move stuff. For example, when the 2006 Corvette Z06 came out, I was the first person to get the K&N intake from K&N. Every K&N intake they were making were being sent to me. Warehouses were just, I mean, it was just shit, like UPS trucks just full of K&N intakes. You wouldn't believe, like I was the first 4 months before it came out, and we're just selling those things. Like literally they couldn't keep them in stock. I was competitive on the price, and that is why I sold so many. Literally, it was insane. Like everybody was getting it from me. Frank said, do you want to link up with Cowie Performance? My buddy Steve runs the place, and he said he'll give you some accessories for the SXR. Said give him a call. Definitely, Frankie. Send me his number. I'll give him a call tomorrow. I'd definitely like to hook up with him with some of the SXR stuff. And Frankie, I got this really cool thing coming. I'm waiting, and I got it from WORX Racing. So if you look at, well, I don't know if we can see from here, but the whole starter box and all that, they're prone to like crack and break. And I got this like really cool one that's gonna be green. I'm hoping, I didn't see the color of the green. I'm hoping the green matches the Kawasaki green. That's why they're making it for Kawasaki's. But it's this whole like really modern thing. You'll hold the start and stop button, and the company must, they're a U.S. company, but they must get them made in China, because they sent me a tracking number and it's all like in Chinese. I don't know what's going on, but I'm hoping it's really cool. And I've been like holding off because I got the Riva Racing handlebars I want to install, but I'm like holding off because I'm like, if I'm pulling everything off, it'd be cool to do it all at once instead of taking certain stuff off. I might still install the handlebars because I have no clue when it's coming. Bait your question with the thing. They're not like a car. You have to have the jet moving to have control. I said that before. So like if the videos, if the ski stopped suddenly when you're going, you'll have no control over the ski. It's just how the jet pump works. There is no jet nozzles or anything. Look in the back of a jet ski. There's the jet pump with the prop, and that's how it works. That is why I'm not a big fan of brakes on jet skis. You can just let off the throttle. It stops. Is exactly how you work any of these stand-ups. Why is everyone being so nasty to each other tonight? I'm not sure why everybody's being so nasty. Ron asks, is there a module that removes the speed limiter on the 2020 RXP versus stage 1 or stage 2 kit from Riva? Yes, there is the SCOM for all of the Sea-Doos that take stuff like that. I'm like, look at that. I got people already messaging me about the GP, man. I'm telling you, if you guys want it, you gotta start moving on it. You need to give throttle to turn it, because it's like if your ski goes dead, like for example, like if you hit the brakes fully on the skis that have brakes, there is no control. The ski will start moving, and you have to give it throttle again to get it to maneuver. That's why I'm not a fan of the brakes. It's a bad habit. It's not like a car where you have ABS. I think if may not all my viewers have ever driven a car without ABS. For example, when I raced, let's see if we can see them fully. When I raced the open wheel cars, Formula BMW, those cars had no ABS. So you would have a brake bias that adjusts the braking from the front to the rear. I guess kind of you'd say it's similar to like a motorcycle, but not. Like a motorcycle, you got brake front and rear. You obviously want to kind of work both, otherwise it could be unstable. For this, you would adjust it. You could lock it up and you could flat spot a tire real quick. It's kind of the same thing. Like, for example, when I raced factory driver with Dodge Motorsports with the Viper Comp Coupe, the last year I raced those, why I stopped racing them is I had this huge sponsor set up with Toshiba, like big deal thing. That year they wanted to pull the ABS out of the Viper, and it cost like 25 grand to do that. And once you pull it out, you could not put it back there to sell it. And I owned the race car, and it really could have ruined the value of the race car. Actually, that race car was in Forza Motorsports, the earlier editions in there, because the car was formerly driven by Tommy Archer, the one that I owned. And thus why it would be really hard driving that big old Viper without ABS. The Viper already is a hard car to drive. The race car is even harder. And not having ABS, you knew you wouldn't be competitive. And that is why I stopped racing. And that's right around the time, too, when Dodge Motorsports FCA got bought out by Fiat. And they pulled this period of time, pulled the whole racing program out. Frankie has a good point. Everyone should learn how to ride a ski with no neutral or reverse, jump on the ski with everything. You catch on quick, how to control the ski with no reverse or any other features. Exactly, Frankie is telling facts. If you watch some of the videos with the stand-up, if you watch when I come back to the marina or to the boat dock and I have to keep on circling and I get a little stressed out when there's a lot of weight, because it's very hard. You need to have a decent circle to be circling. It's either you shut it off or you're waiting, or you just keep circling. And it takes, it's kind of what all the old school was. And I think too many people are too used to all the new bells and whistles. And if you look at the IBR, if you guys don't want to talk about CU, if that fails, the only way you're getting it out is you got to cut it out to get it out, because to pull all that stuff with the IBR, there's buttons you have to press to move it up and down. And if it failed, you might have to torch it out or other ways of cutting to get it out. As I don't like the IBR. I'm telling you, people all think it's great. Maintenance, no, it's not. Sorry, guys. Maybe if I was a shop and I worked on these, I'd be like, oh yeah, you know why I like it? Because it costs tons of money to fix. And I'd be like, oh yeah, that Sea-Doo real good, man. Real good, because you hear ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching when that breaks, and you have to deal all these long hours of fixing it. I'm not doing the shop work, so I don't like it. Person IBR failed on the RXT after $100. It was a 2013. Omar said it cost me $2K to fix my IBR. See, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Another person, that's why I had to get rid of my GTR because of the IBR. Definitely. Frank asked new 310R opinions. It's going to be, excuse me, guys, it's going to be exactly the same. Nothing's changing. I'm waiting to get a call back from Kawasaki. They're going to let me know more details about the release. It's funny. My manager was joking around today that she is going to be calling Sea-Doo and telling them, man, maybe they got to step up to be doing stuff with me, promoting, because they're going to be like, he's going to get everybody to go to Kawasaki and Yamaha. You guys better step up and do something for him. That was kind of funny. We're joking around about that. It is the truth. They don't realize that Yamaha and Kawasaki are going to steal all their business. Frank, any chance you get a 310R? I don't think this year. I really want to wait until they have something new come out. That was the thing. If you all want to know what I'm getting, basically I set it up. New Superjet, new Yamaha GP1800R. I was originally looking at the 310R, but because it's been out so long with the same thing, literally if I had a 2019 or I had a 2021, they'd be all the same. That's what the hard thing was. There was one in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a 2020 demo that was like really cheap. And plus two, there was a leftover 2019 in Georgia before they all got sold out. It was like so under invoice. Like I want to snatch it up, but I had to sell the Sea-Doo first. And it was sold way early on. So yeah, that was, I was going to get like a, not even a 2021. They're all going to be the same. And I was like, well, one's better than none. The hard thing, there is none used anywhere. That's the one thing I have to tell you. People hate on Kawasaki. Go look. Look for a 310R. You will not find a used one anywhere here in the United States. I guarantee you, you will not find a 2019 to a 2021 used Kawasaki 310R, because people love that. Yeah, Perf sure they'll have to come out with a new 310R soon. Definitely. Basically, all you need to change the carbon seal. Don't hold your breath about that. I think some of the buttons is because if you have, it's like your phone. A lot of people don't realize that. Like, say you have the Apple Watch or an iPhone and your hands are wet, your chances of pressing buttons are slim. So that's kind of where it's always good to have a distress beacon to be calling like the Coast Guard and stuff, because it's the only way somebody don't trust your phone. And if you're in the water, you never want to pull it out of some dry bag to be messing around with it. Hunter said, send your ski our way and we'll custom flake it for you. Definitely, I'm on the fence about once I get the Superjet at some period of time, completely repainted in another color. That would be pretty dope. It comes to a price. I'm already going to be spending a lot of money. I don't want to spend tons of money unless it's a good deal and a good paint job. We work out something really good, I'll possibly do that. But I kind of wouldn't be using it, but it would be cool changing it. But the hard thing, you couldn't repaint the whole thing and realistically without taking everything out of that. And I'm not doing that with a brand new ski. Trent said, hydro dip the whole ski. It could be done. The guy did the hydro dip, and I was actually thinking it would be kind of cool doing the whole thing in hydro dip and carbon fiber. I think his, I actually think his thing is that big. I've asked questions about that. I actually would be kind of curious about that. We definitely could hydro dip the whole hood on that. That would look pretty cool. The hard thing, it would have to be in different pieces. I think you could do in one whole shot the lower end. And he's talked to somebody else who does boats with that, and there's a whole way to know for sure it will hand up real good. Brian said, you going to sell the SXR? No way, man. No way. Unless if a new came out, but I put a lot of money in the SXR, and she is one of my favorite skis right now. No way. She's not for sale. Frankie said, are you going to do an aftermarket hand pulls for the SXR, or do you like the stock ones? I like the stock ones. Frankie hasn't seen this, so I'll pull it out real quick. If I can reach the... Actually, buried in a whole stack of stuff there. Riva Racing makes handlebars that can mount right into the... Let's see where I get my finger with. And then... Right... Oh, man, it's hard to figure this out when you're right up there. So they have ones that can mount into the factory things that will have a different position, kind of where I'll be standing on the ski. And I went with them, and then I got I think it's the same style hand grips like what's on here. I may be different, but then it has the Riva Racing thing on the side, and they're really priced really good. I mean, actually better than some of the other companies out there selling stuff. So that is the next mod. There's definitely, I got this trip plan to go up to the Midwest, and there's like the ski. I need to do the bilge pump. I want to have some people's questions about that too. So I'm going to be installing the bilge pump on this, and I had to drill a hole. I don't like drilling holes. Even a little hole, I don't like doing it, especially big hole. No. So what I'm planning on doing is you have to have the bilge pump exiting out. I'm debating somewhere right about here. I got this whole bracket for the bilge pump. But then I have also the really cool thing. I'll grab that real quick to show you guys. So this is on my Amazon store. And this thing's really cool. So I'll tie this into the bilge line. So even when you have the exit of the water, there's a chance water could go back in. And this will stop it from going back in. It's actually big and clunky. But I did my research on this, and this is the valve you want to add into there. And a lot of people do. Bilge pumps don't add that. I do a bunch of research before doing stuff. There's a little hole, and yeah, so I'll show you. So what you have to do a hole for is so this is made by Riva Racing. So if you want to do a bilge pump on any of your skis, there's different angles. So this is where you can angle it which way you want the water to come out. And it's actually pretty big. So when you're looking at it, it's a pretty big hole you got to put in there, and that has to fit in there, and it tightens on right there. This is the bracket for the bilge pump. You can find these on the company's website or Riva Racing for the SXR. So this bolts in similar right around where the factory bilge pump is. It's different. It uses like a siphon pump. So yeah, I had to do the whole. So basically, this thing is going to be going somewhere around here exiting. Now the big thing, if you see the videos when I ride it, water gets up pretty high. So I've been looking online. There's not a lot of people talking about this. I actually been meaning to talk about this. So this is what I'm going to be installing. And it's like I got all the drills and everything needed, and then I got switches and stuff. And I got to do actually have to do 2 holes. You got a bug attacking me. So the other cool thing I got is I have like 2 options of switches. This one I'm not. This is the one I'm not doing on the stand-up. I'm probably going to do this on the Yamaha. I'm going to install this no matter what, if I'm selling the GP or not. I got the whole everything to do it. I'll do it anyways, just because it'd be cool doing a video. So this is the switch, and this is probably what I'm going to install on the Yamaha. I'm going to probably do it in like the glove box or something. And it's made by Rule. And then this is by Glowson. Oh, sorry. This is the toggle switch. I'm going to only have it where you turn it on and off. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be installing in future videos. And I had to get my act together. We're doing this because I had to do it before the trip. Yeah, I got the drain doctor on there. If you've seen past, I can't really show you guys, but we're I do have the drain plugs. Give a shout out for this guy right here too, pwcdoctor.com, and he did custom ones, anodized green. I can't show you guys from here what they look like because it's the webcam can only go so far. And he actually sent in the mail soon custom ones. They'll be red, white, and blue for the GP1800R. So I'm excited about getting those installed soon. I have to do a whole video. There is like a lot of stuff to do videos about, and yeah, so definitely check him out. I definitely think his stuff is really nice. And that was a must because I notice a lot of times you take a slight spill of the SXR, the seal, somehow water gets in there. And the hard thing is when you're riding, like even if you install this really nice bilge pump, right, you have to have the ski level to get the water out. If you're going and the ski's upwards, all the water is shooting in the back, and partly makes it a little bit harder riding when that happens. I've seen a bunch of people talk about it. So the drain plugs definitely help that no matter what. I want to do a whole video showing how that works, like have it on the trailer and have it on an angle, and I'll put the hose in there and show it all coming out of there of how that all works. Yeah, definitely. If you're looking to put a water box, definitely get the Riva one. I wouldn't do well. Remember, it fills up with water, man. You don't want any chances of these skis sinking. Yeah, a lot of people think like Frankie said it, I said it. Trust me, there is no brakes. There's not gonna be no stand up with brakes. Like that's funny. Like somebody was moving around. I'm like, I was trying to explain to somebody. I'm coming in. I'm like, I have no reverse. Like I'm on that stand up. There is no reverse. Like I'm coming through. Like make room. I think the video I did with my brother when he went riding, he's like riding around like an idiot. I'm like, dude, I don't have a reverse. What are you doing? I mean, he had a reverse. I'm like, hello. I mean, some people it's very hard, but it's good things to learn. Because if you're all used to this luxury stuff, say you take a trip and you rent a ski, mostly that ski won't have any of this stuff, and you'd be like, oh, it's not as great as mine, but it's just what part of a jet ski. You should be able to ride everything. It's like if you rode a race car, not all of them are going to ride the same. They're all going to have the same tires. The grip will be different. Trust me, you don't need some of those luxury items. Yeah, this seat that I got waiting for Jettrim coming out. Oh man, I tell you guys, your minds will be exploded how cool it is. I might see it and be like, I know what it's gonna be, and some stuff that are surprising me how it is. 3 to 4 weeks is when it'll ship. I'm like, if it can happen sooner, happen sooner. Frankie said, I've learned to ride the ZXI 1100, and people would laugh when I have to turn around at the dock and kill engine just to stop. Yeah, Frankie has a stand-up. Well, I think he sold it, but he did have a stand-up where there was no kill switch on it, or meaning like one of the cords. Jonathan says, ever think about getting a Kawasaki 310? Handles like an ocean, like a dream. We were just talking all about that. I'm waiting till the 310R is new, completely redesigned. The hard thing though that Kawasaki has going on with them is, and that's where I really want to talk with their marketing department, is their hard thing is what they have is modifying them to make them pretty quick. So one thing the 310R has against it. Riva Racing will tell you the same thing. There's not a lot of mods. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Not everybody has to be going super fast, but that is something they got to be thinking about is the parts on them and stuff. I think there's some stuff that I feel in the industry they're a little behind with people, and they need to get a newer image of what to be doing. And that's what Frankie said. My old 650 SX fell off, got a lanyard, and would just idle around a circle on its side. Yeah, definitely wouldn't be good if you're close to shore, man. I think it would just be going right to shore. And Frankie said, if the throttle doesn't get stuck. Bates says, Beowulf comes into the dock, a little ass stand-up ski and tells the 32 about center console, hey, make room, I have no reverse. I have told people like that. I come in there, you watch the video where the person couldn't get their boat on the lift. I did a whole video helping them. I was like really frustrated with them because the craziest thing is I did help them, but they got in right before I launched, like before going riding. I was out there for 45 minutes. I came back. They took 45 minutes to get in there. I came back. I'm like, oh my God. And I was frustrated because I didn't want to sit on that side, and it actually made it real hard because everybody's waiting. I have nowhere to go. I need to tie it up on one side because I just pull it back in the trailer. I don't. The hard thing with my old trailer is the bunks move up in the water, and the new one will be fixed. So it sits right when it's on it, but it moves up. So I found it's not smart driving it on. I just pull it on, and I had to get in there and lift and get it all positioned right. So I was frustrated because my brother was getting in, and he almost was like hitting me, and I had to be sitting there. And then we saw like some bubbles from an alligator, and then it was following where I was, and I saw the bubbles, and I'm like, I don't want to be sitting in the water longer than I have to be. That's why I helped them. I would have helped the people with the boat no matter what. But at first I was real frustrated, and I realized they just got their boat and they didn't know what to do. And I am all there to help somebody when they don't know what's going on. No big deal. And they were so grateful because they had no clue how to get it. They spent 45 minutes. And if I didn't come there, they probably still couldn't have got it on the trailer. That's why I don't go. I don't ride on weekends. It's crazy. When they had the 4th of July earlier live stream, there was a thumbnail. A boat was completely on fire. Like, man, I would not want to be around that stuff. All the novices are out there, and it's too risky. Jonathan said, any word Yamaha is going to have new colors. Heard rumor they have two-tone, dark red, obviously gray colors. What is on Yamaha's site is what it is. There is no hidden anything. That is what it is. There's no, they just released what's going on. There are not going to be any other colors till 2022. So what you see is what it is. Superjet, one color, white, black. GP1800R, there's 2 colors. That's it. Yeah, it's too bad this company that does really cool graphics, man. They have been just dragging it on, and If I'm selling it, I'm not going to do something really custom on this. Like I showed you past ones, I'm going to put the 2020 GP1800R graphics on my 2019. It's going to look really dope. It's going to be one of a kind, especially with a carbon fiber Jettrim ankle mats. Man, it's going to be on fire. Well, we're at an hour and 45 minutes. We got a fair amount of people on here, so let's get some questions. Yeah, I might be getting off soon. Brian said it's weird. It looks like a custom haul ski and hardly any graphics. I think they were planning knowing people are going to do it, changing off. But the lower models did have some nice paint color schemes. I wish they stole some. I wish they had those paint color schemes on the newer ones. I'm not sure why they do that. The EX models are all the same. Nothing's changing with those except for different colors. Go on there. It's just different colors. There's nothing else changed. Like I said earlier, the lower models will be the first hitting the dealers end of this month, September, and then a couple months later is when all the other ones are catching up. Exactly like what I told you, similar to what Yamaha was told me. They got some ones they're doing first and the other ones a couple months later. Jonathan asked about changing the wheel on the GP. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. They didn't really say anything. Or I looked, but I wasn't going all into it. So maybe somebody said something. I don't know. They didn't say in their official press thing. Oh man, it's so hot and humid out here too. I got the fan on. Woo! Man, I'm just sweating with it. I took his hat off. Let's get a couple questions. Otherwise, I'm disappearing. Looking for a company that this Cube AC thing where it's you don't have to have a vent. Looking to sponsor the live stream. Give me some air. Jonathan says CG's quality has gone downhill since they went from the RXPX to the RXP to the RXPX. Frankie, good point. What about the two-stroke Superjet? Will the price skyrocket or reduce because of new ones? I have seen some of the older ones that are maybe 5 to 6 years Superjets really drop in price. People have the 2019s and the 2020s are asking like a lot of price for them being used because they think there is a demand. But I think there's a lot of people that want to get the new ones. But there's some people who are just diehard two-stroke. I like the 4 strokes. It's kind of my thing. I was looking about getting a wave blaster. I think I said this earlier in the live stream. I personally don't want to have a 2-stroke. It's a lot of work. I just like to fill up, go, and I don't want to be mixing any of that stuff. Tucker said, so cool. I'm talking to Beowulf. I'm currently looking for a new GP1800R. But while hard to find, I plan on doing a Riva plus one or try to hit 82 miles per hour as they state. Any recommendations? Man, I have my GP1800R for sale. If you're interested, DM me on Instagram. IAM_Beowulf. It is for sale, and I have it on my Triton Elite trailer. If you're not familiar with the Triton Elite trailer, it is not the same as the dual LT trailer. Is completely different. It's 16 inches wider, completely different trailer. Awesome with towing. You don't feel it's there. The bunks are different, everything. There is nothing from that trailer on their dual trailer or any of their single trailers. It was funny. Somebody was wanting to buy it and they claimed he had a single elite trailer. I'm like, buddy, there is no single elite trailers. There is only one elite trailer. And he's like, oh, wait, yeah, you got a point. Yeah, you got the LT trailer, buddy. There is no single elites. Frankie said, let's install the TR1 motor in the blaster. Yeah, the thing is, those blasters, they're just so overpriced. There was one I saw in Illinois that I thought I was going to snatch up, and the guy didn't have a title. And I just, like, there was this one Triton trailer I was going to go pick up today. Really good price. It was a 2016, similar to the new ones, but the person had no title. And even in South Carolina, you don't require to have a title. I was going to put that, if somebody didn't want the dual trailer, and put that on there. And I ended up not buying it because I'm just like, if you're in a state that's real strict with titles, I did not want to risk putting money on something. Yeah, Tucker, that helps you out. You want to get one. Not much needed. It already has the Riva racing license. So if you want to go up to stage 1 plus or a stage 2, you don't have to buy a license. It already has a license. So if you're looking to do that, it has a bunch of custom stuff. And there's a bunch of parts I'm still adding on it. So, I mean, I'm still doing videos. Still, I have a bunch of parts I bought, and I still have to add on it. So, yeah, sometimes you get, like, I got a really good deal on these Triton trailers, and I had to do a total of 8 hours driving last night. Like 4 hours there, 4 hours to get back. But it was worth it because I saved a lot of money. And it was funny because that dealer I said, I won't say names, local dealer was overpricing selling Triton trailers. When he was DMing me asking me if I want to buy skis from him, I said, what I bought 2 trailers for is what you guys are selling 1. And these are 2021s. They were selling 2020 Triton trailers. I think it's kind of funny. He's like, didn't say anything. I'm like, you got to shop around, man. Jonathan said, well, the thing is, it's not how you take care of your Sea-Doo with a carbon seal. Some people I've seen happen at 4 hours. You never want to run those skis out of the water at all. I mean, the water is what cools the carbon seal. You run out of the water, it's going to overheat and wear quicker. You never want to do it out of the water. Basically, what's your biggest fear? Why would anybody say what their fears are? Who's your hero? I don't know. I don't think they say I have a hero. Probably my hero is like Pike, Leo, my dogs. Man, they're the heroes of fighting when stuff's wrong, and they still keep on trying to stay with me. Yeah, so it's crazy. We did this live stream earlier, and then last night we were doing it really late. So it's like crazy. I'm feeling pretty exhausted right now, and I'm looking at the time. And I'm like, oh man, it's only 9:30. I thought it was a lot later than what it was. Lenny said, good starting ski. That isn't a Spark. Yeah, definitely the Spark is not. Any of the base model ones, look what Kawasaki sells, Yamaha, Sea-Doo. Find out what's in your budget, sit on them, feel, all going to feel different. So here's a good question. So Frankie says, super chicken thoughts. I was looking at one of those. The crazy thing is how expensive they are. For how old they are, I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe I'm more focusing on all the new 2021 stuff in the fleet. And we got so much money, man. Got to figure out what's coming and what's going. Basic good thing is it's not down to 2 skis. It's going back to 3. And the crazy thing is I own 4 jet ski trailers right now, and I only had 2 skis. It's kind of crazy. I'm feeling like a dealer with trailers. Basic, what motivates you to work hard? My quote is driven to win. That's a hard thing. I get really bad sleep because I'm always thinking about stuff. And sometimes I need to unplug the brain to like not be always thinking about stuff. That's probably like my big downfall. Lenny said the thing is right here from Sweden. There is like no sellers or any places to test skis. So it's basically only buy. It's a hard thing that's everywhere. Like the new Superjet, I'm buying it and I've not even seen it. I'll see it when I pick it up. I'll test ride it once I pay for it. They asked, what's your favorite book to read? I don't read books. Sorry. I don't got time for that stuff. I got no time to read books. No way. I don't read books. I get bored really fast. That is not what I like to do for fun. Frank Sabay has some very interesting questions. I'll keep the conversation going. All right, so yes, what motivates you? When I answer, what's your proudest accomplishment? Oh man, I feel like every like 10 years, I like accomplish one thing and excel in it, and then I just move to the next thing. Like when I professionally raced cars, I was against people like since the cradle they were born were racing. I was competing against people like that had a lot more connections, seat time that I had. There was like I remember like there was Tommy Milner. I think he's racing for Chevy right now with a Corvette. I mean, we're talking about who's testing most. He's driving like a McLaren F1. Like there are hardly any of those. Like stuff that's just not reality. And I don't know. There's stuff like that. Frankie has house Gavin's Wave Venture. He's selling it. He has a girlfriend that it's kind of like funny thing. Well, Frankie's kind of the same way too. Because I know sometimes you hear from Frankie, you don't. He's always like, to me, the rapper said, I think it goes, chase the checks, never chase a, you know what? And that's kind of how I think of stuff. I think it's a good quote. Not, hey, you want to be going after girlfriends and run around after people? Go do that. It is not me. I don't chase women. I let them chase me, but I don't chase women anymore. It's my rule of thumb. Frankie's like really pissed. He's like, man, shut up. Lenny asks, is changing the carbon seal easy or a hand in the job? You need special tools. If you don't know how to do it, don't mess with it. You need like an alignment tool. There's a bunch of tools you need. It's better just to go to the dealer and let them mess around with it. Frank or Beta asks, if you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what do you do? I kind of do that. I kind of eat one thing for a long period of time, and then I got really sick of it and stop eating and eat something else. Yeah, see, Frankie, you know I'm telling the truth, man. I see your post. You're like, oh, I'm so lucky to have her. Man, get chasing. It's funny. I was like, here, my brother, like instead of where he should be going to bed, he's like, he's chasing. It's like, I think today to do all this driving for his girlfriend, and it's like, dude, he's just. I'm like, oh, I told my brother, I was like, it's okay, sell your Wave Venture. If you want to put a deposit with me and get the Superjet, and he's like, oh no, I don't have the money to do that. I'm like, dude, well, you got the girl and you're spending all your coin, man. Instead of like, have fun, man. You only live life once, man. Enjoy stuff. That's how I think of stuff. Make a long story short, I don't really want to get about it. I was engaged before, and the best thing I had is it did not happen. And yeah, You only live like once. Everybody's different. Maybe some people want to have family and kids. Me, I like to have fun. I gotta repeat what Frankie said. Frankie said, then we'll get back to Warzone. I'm on there all the time, man. I pull up your stats. You are the same length, brother, for months. Frankie said, I'm waiting for new Xbox to come out. I smashed my old one. Just go look on Facebook Marketplace, Frankie. There's definitely old ones that are probably just super cheap. Like I told you, man, even you go snatch up a free, or not free, PlayStation 4 Pro. You get one probably real cheap. And remember, Warzone is free to play, and you can sign into your account on your Xbox. So like I could be on the Xbox, and I could be on my PS4 Pro. I'm still waiting to get my Xbox back from being fixed. It's been over a month and a half, and they should just send me the new one. Basically, how long I'm waiting. I paid extra to get it expedited, and it's not happening. Bates said, "What would you do if you won the lottery? I'd probably give it to charity." That's the one thing. I don't hope to die anytime soon, but when I die, I want all my assets to be donated to a charity that would help make the ocean a better place. And I think that's what my brother's like upset. He's like, I'm not getting anything you got. And all my assets, everything I have, I want to go to charity to make sure the ocean's a better place. Because the reality, man, 10 years from now, the ocean is going to be a terrible place. And anything to do, preserve it, to make it good, we need it. It's being overfished, it's overpolluted, a lot of stuff. And that's pretty much what I'd like to do. That would be my legacy when I die. Hopefully it's anytime soon, but my luck of seeing predators in the water, I don't know, man. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes every time I see my dogs, I'm like, man, I might not be coming back home. It's a sad thing to say, but when you're out there, you see a gator popping up, you got bull sharks, you got on the ocean. Well, here. Let me get on to some other subject too. I totally forgot about this. So my mom sent me last night, which is crazy. So they had just recently studied of in Australia with tagging great whites, and they've had a bunch of them disappearing where the last data of their tag is they dived super deep, meaning there is something super, super big in the ocean snatching up pretty decent sized great white sharks and going to the bottom. So the reality is maybe the governments know about it, but there is stuff big in the ocean we don't know about, and it's no joke. And I've seen this before happen in Australia, and definitely there is bigger stuff out there that eats great white sharks. It like eats them whole and drops them. Their temperature drops. They have all the data, and like they find the transponder, and it's like that's kind of crazy. That's kind of when you're out in the ocean, you're kind of going like, what could be out there? And you look at old sailor tales and stuff, and they talked about giant squids and all that kind of stuff, and you thought were fairy tales, and they're real. Frankie said, where did Gavin get the electric longboard? It's a Evolve electric board. I used to have one myself and sold it. He's been hit by a car multiple times too. It's like I had to rush him to emergency room because he got hit by a car before, and yet he still keeps on doing it. That's, to tell you, is a real dangerous thing to do. Frankie said you should start racing in the P1 Aqua Track races. Totally. I'm waiting for them to give me the call because I had to laugh. I don't think they realize I'd be an asset to be bringing an audience to them. Let's see if they wait. Yeah, everybody got to remember, while like this base is sack of blood, we're not invincible as we might think. Got to be careful out there. That's why I didn't like. He rides around on the street. I had a boosted board before, and I got I wear like knee pads and elbow pads and stuff, and I've been hit by a car once before too. The person backed up right into me. I was like, luckily it wasn't real bad, but I remember when I got the vault board because it recharges the battery when you brake, and I charged it all up, and then it was fully charged, and I came down the hill, and I hit the brake, and there was nowhere to put the electricity in it, and it threw me off. I landed my hip, and I almost had a truck run me over. And then shortly after that, and that was right when I bought the board. I was really familiar riding it, but the throttle and the brake was a lot more aggressive with that. And yeah, I sold mine. I moved down here and I never even used it once. I'm like, I can't afford breaking an arm or a leg messing around with that stuff. Dave said, do you collect anything? I used to collect a bunch of stuff, and kind of now stuff like that doesn't matter to me anymore. So you can't take it with me forever. So I don't collect anything. So let's say I collect dogs. I got 4 dogs, like a bunch of jet skis. I'm collecting trailers. I don't know. I'm not a big collector at anything anymore. I used to collect. I used to have, interestingly, when I was a kid, I had all my toy collections. At one time, this estate sale, and so all my vintage toys. I had like every single G.I. Joe. The cool thing in the 80s, you could collect. You could get a majority of this stuff at garage sales. Garage sales in the 80s are different than what they are now. You can go there and be a mom selling like toys mint in the box and stuff. I remember as a little kid going and be like, a lot of my stuff I got at garage sales to build my collection. I had like everything, Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtle stuff anymore, and I organized it all and sold it. Do you remember Z-Bots? I'm familiar with that. Basic, what's your favorite fast food chain? I try to avoid eating fast food, but sometimes I eat McDonald's and I wish I didn't eat it, but it matters what you're at. I try to cook all the time. I'm big into making my own meals. I meal prep. Sometimes I have meals set up for night, pre-set up. Tonight I don't, and I actually have to cook, and I'm actually thinking about that. It's like getting late. We're 2 hours in this, and I gotta cook still, and I'm tired. Yeah, but I had, like, talking about those vintage toys, like I had a lot of stuff, and I had full collections I was selling. And it's interesting because if you guys remember OG of the old videos, I had a little clip of G.I. Joe, right? I thought, like, hey, bro, what are you gonna care about this old little clip of something from the 80s that most people don't even know what it is? And then I got, like, recently Hasbro started having all, like, every episode playing 24/7 on YouTube, and then they copyrighted all that, and I had to, like, go through a gazillion videos. Had this little clip of G.I. Joe that I'm like, are you serious, Hasbro? You should be thanking me, and I'm letting people even know what it is. And Jonathan said Teddy Rumskin. Yeah, I had that. I had all the Teddy Rumskin, the whole collection of that stuff, had all the characters and all that, and it was crazy. I sold it all in one lot. It's funny because I think when I bought back in 2012, when I bought my snowmobile, I had a MXZ-X or whatever. Oh, man, I'm saying it wrong. Whatever. It was whenever 2012 they came a new one. Majority all the money paying for it was all coming from selling my majority of my toy collection. Teddy Rumskin went into the fund of paying for that. And it was kind of crazy. I was just like, there was a huge demand. I think now it's not a huge demand. Actually, I think that I was glad I sold it. It's kind of like I predicted something going on, because now all these vintage toys are really not worth it. A lot of people don't want any of that stuff anymore. Like the G.I. Joes. I had so much, and this shows how much G.I. Joes I had to come. The guy had to come with a trailer, a big trailer, to take away all my toys. And when I was a kid, we'd have the big G.I. Joe battles, right? But I only played with people who were like other kids that were toy collectors. We didn't play rough. Everything in mine was like mint. I play with it, and but it would not be beat up. But the funny thing is, my younger cousin, his parents, he'd have Legos, and funny thing, he'd get a toy, he wanted to open up, and then he'd want to play with Legos, and my aunt and uncle would super glue all his Legos so he couldn't take them apart. And it's like, what's the point of having Legos? It's kind of funny. John says, yeah, I was born in '86, or all those old toys. Lincoln Logs, yeah, I didn't have stuff like that. I remember when I got my first Ninja Turtle toy, it was at a grocery store before anybody knew what it was. I had the first comic of Ninja Turtles 2, and I got upset and I tore it off. And now I kind of regret it. It would have been worth a lot of money. I should have been not upset. Yeah, but I used to go to like the toy fairs and all that. Probably nobody wants to hear about vintage toys. They're like, time to get off. Jerry has just got on. So what do you think about the 2020 lineup? So that one you go on to try to get. Jerry's late to the party. He's about 2 hours late. I'll give you a quick summary. I already pre-ordered 2021 Yamaha Superjet. I'm pre-ordering them out. The 2021 Yamaha GP1800R. I don't know what color I'm getting. I can't make my mind up. I have to make my mind up. So real quick, everybody say, what color should I get? Black and green, blue and white. And Jerry, I got my 2019 Yamaha GP1800R for sale. If you're on the market, get one. DM me on Instagram. I am _ Beowulf. The one back thing, just talking about 80s toys. There will never be something like that again. I mean, it's totally crazy. The people thought of G.I. Joe in the 80s was just like the totally craziest thing, but I don't think it'll ever be like stuff like that again. See, we got people. Let's get top of the colors. Bates is black and green. Marco says blue and white. Jerry says the blue one. Lucas says black and green. Marco says OG colors. John says get different color than blue. John says get the black and gray or the yellow decal kit. I don't think there's any decal kit. I'm going to probably do custom graphics on everything. The kind of those things is like Yamaha bleeds blue. Frank says you should go out, wait for Riva to build one and buy it. I like to do everything where it's all custom how I want it to be. So I don't. People like to buy those. I like something where first what I like to do. So I like to do all the videos showing how to install stuff. That's probably the biggest thing. I like to install stuff. That's why I told Riva, when they get my Superjet in, they are not pulling out of the crate till I'm there. I'm going to film the crate coming out, everything. Everybody's going to, this Superjet, and hopefully with the GP, will be the same way. You guys are going to see what it comes looking like popping on the crate. I told them there is a bunch of stuff I demand. I want to be there when it opens up. It's like giving birth. I want to be there. I want to see it happen. I want to be, it's like Jurassic Park when they egg and they want to, the guy, what's his name, that owned the park, wants to see every raptor, every dinosaur born. I want to be there when I see the Superjet come out of the crate. Want to be there. Jerry said, you're going to get the speakers with it? No. Marcus is black and green and put a Kawasaki decals and nobody would. No. It was funny because when I was at Silver Lake, I saw this one that looked like the previous one that looked like I thought it was a Kawasaki. I'm like, oh, look, it's another Kawasaki. When I saw, I was talking to people, I brought it in. It ended up being a Yamaha from far away. I thought it was a Kawasaki with the black and green. I was like, I totally thought it was a Kawasaki. And I'm like, hey, look at that Kawasaki in the video. Then at the end, I'm like, oh, man, that was a Yamaha. Yeah, I might do too. If I get the blue, might we do red, white, black, and blue, similar like what the 2020 was. Maybe do that, not do the yellow. I don't know. Maybe do similar to what my 2019 is with colors. Yeah, because I'm going to install before selling mine. I probably show this if you're new and you've not seen it. I have all the 2020 graphics, and that is what is going on my GP. And I got these really cool Jettrim ankle mats are black, carbon fiber with blue stitching, and then Jettrim is redoing a whole new seat to me that will match everything. It'll actually match this yellow. It's called Line Squeeze that they have, and they already told me tomorrow too they're going to have a whole tray pattern already stitched up, and they're sending me pictures, and you guys will see the next live stream what a tray insert will be on a 2021 Yamaha Superjet. They're like, oh, do you want me to do the order now? And I'm like, oh, we got some time. I like to write it without doing a tray right away. I like to kind of like get feeling how this thing works. It's gonna be something totally different. Jerry said, what are they saying how fast the Superjet will go? If you've seen a couple of live streams back, I gave the whole specs, but I'll tell you, it goes 54 miles per hour. SXR 1500 still coming at the wind. Fastest stand-up production jet ski. Marcus will get the Superjet Hydro Dip. It probably could be realistic with doing it because it is so light. Two people probably could lift it up and dip it to go get it. Man, I don't know. I kind of feeling I want to do an Orca feel with that because it is white and black. And I've been wanting, that's originally, I won the all black FX SVHO and was going to do a Batman theme. Or Orca theme. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Pizza Sea-Doo stand-up jet ski. Man, here, They tried the 3D and it failed, and they're never. I'll hold your breath on a lot of new stuff. Sea-Doo is gonna be lucky to get stuff out. Nobody's understanding this. They have real bad virus outbreak there in Mexico, and they're trying to get stuff wrong into the United States and all around the world. It's gonna be really hard. Oh man, something keeps biting my legs, man. All right, a couple more questions. I'm out of here. Getting eaten alive by bugs. That's why I need to get this cube AC in here, man. I need to keep the garage shut. I'm gonna start doing the live streams in my office. Nice and AC with a fan. Frank said there's a dealer by me who has a brand new 3D on the showroom, brand new, never sold. Wonder why. Faces, I'm out. See you soon. I'll be on the next. Peace out, brother. Frankie, you got one of these on your skis, man? Check them out. Frankie, go pick up a used Xbox or PlayStation 4 Pro and get back on it. I tell you, I play Warzone with a bunch of noobs all the time. It drives me crazy. Jonathan said it didn't sell because it's a 2-stroke. Probably didn't sell because nobody wants them. I mean, those things are selling used for so cheap. It's like somebody had one of those used, the Sea-Doo 3Ds, would probably have to pay somebody to take it away. I was looking to get one of those just for the fun of it. I'm like, man, I don't even want to waste my money on stuff like that. Well, Frankie, I actually have my original Xbox console. I'll sell it to you, $100 ship. It's original. Well, it's not the day. I got a day one and it had issues, and they sent me a new one back when the day ones came out. If you want it, I'll sell it to you for $100. It works perfectly fine. I stopped using it when I picked up my Xbox One X, and the Xbox One X is the one that failed. All right, well, DM me later. I'll figure it out. You can Apple Pay me $100, and then just text me your address, and I'll box it up and send it to you. Thank you. This is an Xbox One, right? Like I said, it's the original Xbox One when they came out. So it's probably exactly what you got. I can text you photos of it too. It works perfectly fine. I stopped using it when November of, right, I bought the Xbox One X on Thanksgiving of 2017, and then right after that I stopped using it because I had a new one. So I actually been holding on to it. I don't know why I've been holding on to it. I was just having it. And I've set it aside because I'm like, I got better selling this thing because I got a new X, a whole other generation. I didn't get rid of it. So Frankie said I had an Xbox One S, the white one. Yes, it's the black one. I have everything with it. So let me know. Just Apple Pay me $100, and I'll ship it out tomorrow for you. Just send me your address, and I'll not on this obviously, but I'll ship it out to you. And at least you got something better than nothing, and you get back on the box. And still, a cool thing is we still can play Warzone together because it doesn't matter what console you're on. As long as we are signed on there, we can chat on there and we play the Warzone. And the Warzone is, I'm telling you, it's lit. I played once with my brother, and he's not been playing because he's been chasing his girl. And he sucks so bad. I'm like, oh man, I don't even want to play with my brother. I used to play. My brother was real good with me, and he's gotten so bad that I don't even want to play with him anymore. I'm just like, dude, he's just like, he can't even get out of the gulag. He doesn't even know what anything's going on. Now, Frankie, you can get into the stadium. Yeah, it's probably what he's doing, Frankie. Jonathan says, a good stream. Catch you all next. Peace out, brother, Jonathan. Yeah, no, it is crazy. Warzone now is like, they got this character, Frankie, and I had in my Instagram stories. It looks like literally me. It's a Viking. He has a giant wolf on his chest. He got the side shape, braided back. And it's like, if you're talking about you want to play as the Beowulf, it's the closest thing. Frankie said, legendary crew was you, me, and my brother, and Gavin. Definitely. And now, Gavin, he doesn't even know how to play. I played with him, and he's worse than the noobs. And now he's gone. He literally is just like, that's always how he's been. He gets a girl, and he's just like chasing around, like, oh, what do you mean to do? Look, he's not here. I told you, Frank, he's watching how he speaks. Oh, oh, he's on here. You see, I knew it. So I did all this talking to see I get my brother to speak. I knew he claims he only watches half, but I know he watches the whole thing. He doesn't speak. Frankie, look, he's on. The real Gucci Gavin. 100 for sale. Yeah, Gavin couldn't get the new one. He's been spending all his coin on his girl. Oh, I knew he'd get out here and talk. He's watching. He's like, oh man, I gotta speak now. Frankie knows. He's like, he knows he's getting smoked. He doesn't want to play Warzone anymore. He doesn't know how to play. He's like, the new stuff, man, it's like, there's some like awesome moves I've been doing in Warzone, man. I'm like, I have to share this kind of stuff. It's pretty, I'm getting pretty good with it. Like I said, I have a stationary bike and I ride. And so basically when I'm working out, burning 2,000 calories, I'm playing Warzone and getting like, it's my seat time. And Frank said, need the old crew bag. Frank, that's why I'm hooking you up, man. Give me a good deal. Xbox One, get you back in the game. I don't know, man. I think this whole new console thing, that's just crazy. They have the PS4 or the PlayStation off subject 100%. Maybe people are into this kind of stuff. I'll talk about it because I pay attention to it. They got the PlayStation, had their big announcement, and people are all pissed because they didn't talk PlayStation 4. All they're talking about is all the new VR games for the PS4 Pro. And it's kind of like I was wanting to get the new consoles, and I don't think I'm going to buy it. I'm probably going to replace my Xbox One X because it's taking so long to get fixed, and it's kind of ridiculous that it broke down. My brother still has his original Xbox One, and it works perfectly fine, and it's kind of upsetting, but I don't think I'm going to pick up the new PlayStation until I see some real stuff coming out with it or new VR stuff, because I'm happy with what I got. I got tons of games. I bought every VR game, and I don't even have time to play all that stuff, so I'm happy with what I got. Real good, Gavin said the OG crew. We're really good. I'm telling you, we're coming in there W's all the time, and I'm telling you, when I'm playing with random noobs, getting a W is like, the only way I get a W is every person dies in the game and they all quit. And I'm by myself and I'm like, here we go. Here's the W, and I don't have to mess around with people. And now they got all these key cards and all this stuff. You need to be communicating with people, or I play and people in the background have, it's either a young kid, I don't want to hear that stuff, or it's a adult with a baby crying in the background. And I definitely don't want to hear that either when I'm playing games. Real good, Gavin. I wouldn't be responding to what stuff is being said. Mother told me what's going on. They won't give you your money back. Be careful what you say, brother. I know what's going on. My brother got gypped. I told him what was going to happen. Hey, it's a good thing we got Pat just said, man, I wanted to eat dinner and still grinding. Frank said, told him to not buy a two-stroke from day one. I'm hungry. I was going to go off and see my brother. I did enough getting my brother. I knew he's watching. He tells me, didn't know my brother's watching. He said they'll only watch half. And I'm like, yeah, right. I know you watched the whole thing, Gavin. I knew you were right. I knew if I set it up, I knew he was going to chime in. He's like, he's probably with his girl. She's like, oh, man, he's talking stuff. Get on there. Quick. Get on there. Or he's with his girl. He's like, oh, man, I got to get off. Patrick, $1.99, man. Appreciate it. I have fun doing this. It's definitely, I'm hot. But it's good. Yeah, I told my brother, man, put that deposit. We both have the Superjets. That's a good question. Probably the best question tonight. JRS, hey, I just put a deposit on a 2018 Yamaha VX from a rental place. What's your thoughts on buying from a rental place? Hard to find opinions on it. Cool thing is you can get really good deals with these demo ones, because actually when they get, or not, I want to say demo, these rental places, because usually they get a fleet discount from like Sea-Doo, Yamaha, Kawasaki. So actually you could get probably still a really good jet ski. Just want to make sure you're up to date on your maintenance. I'm pretty positive most of these rental places do, because they're, you see he's paying a little over $3,000. You're getting probably, and it's a 2018. Pretty good deal there, brother. The thing is, they probably really take good care of that stuff, because that's how they make their money, and they can't be sitting there with stuff out working. So, and a lot of those rental places too, they don't keep stuff real long. And a good thing is you get one that's a 4-stroke. I mean, that's what I told my brother when he originally bought the ski. I was like, oh, you got these other ones if you just save up a little bit more money. And he couldn't wait. I think it's a good deal, man. Jump on it. My brother and myself, we rented jet skis on the West Coast, north of LA. And I think my brother was on a jet ski. It had like 1,000 hours. Real Gucci Gavin said Waverunner is still nice. So it's a nice ski. I mean, I think you're giving up on it too quick. It's just gonna be. I just think that premix is not good. But do it for how little you ride. Frank says, "Yo, getting off, going to work. Later, boys. I'll hit you up tomorrow to buy the console. Definitely hit me up. Just Apple pay me the $100 and your address. I'll send it out to you. And we get you back on Warzone. Maybe we might see my brother get it on. That'd be pretty cool." Yeah, that's the one thing. JR is correct. There new pump in it, and I had experience with boats. These 4-stroke Yamaha motors will run forever. I'm hoping I can get under 300 to 400 hours without any major failures. I agree. If you do the right things with oil, changing the oil, maintenance, and then it's not supercharged, I think you could run these things for a long time. I think people see like 100, 200 hours and they freak out. And literally, the thing will last if you take care of it and not beat it up. It'll last a really long time. Patrick said, I'm putting my Xbox to download a massive update tonight. Jonathan says, still a good deal with the 2-year-old ski. Yeah, that's a nice thing. The PS4 Pro, man, I think just like automatically does these updates. Real nice. Even when it's off, I don't know how it does it. It's just, I'm a big Xbox fan, but man, I had the original PlayStation and a PlayStation 2. I didn't get the PlayStation 3, and I'm tail end of getting the PlayStation 4 Pro. But man, I'm really liking the PlayStation. I like the controllers, but I just picked up an Xbox One Elite controller, which I don't know why I did that, because I figured once I get my Xbox back, I'll have some period of time. I feel the controls are better. Bait, see you later. So there must be a massive Call of Duty update. Yeah, if anybody wants to play, my username on there, I'm nothing hide. I am Beowulf. all how the YouTube channel is. I'm on there. I don't like to talk on there as much unless I know who you are. I'll play a game with you. In Warzone, you don't need to talk to people to play. It's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, Patrick, I got this really good deal on a used Xbox Elite controller, and I think I'm just waiting for it to get. All right, so I'm going to get off. Make sure you check out my Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/IamBeowulf. Check out the I Am Beowulf merch at IamBeowulf.com. Be driven to win. Remember, every day's Earth Day. Be safe out there, and I hope everybody's excited about the 2021 Yamaha Waverunner lineup because I am totally happy with it. And I figured to make this a longer stream. We're at 2 hours and 30 minutes. It doesn't feel like that. I'm glad to bring you guys all along. It's probably going to take forever with this be like totally where it's up, but I don't know. Sometimes these things take longer. It's going to take forever because we're at 2 hours and 30 minutes. But I'm glad to bring everybody along. We kind of had a bunch of different stuff to talk about. Now always it has to be about jet skis. We kind of sidelined, got back. But yeah, hope everybody finds whatever brand they want to get. Doesn't have to be Yamaha. Doesn't have to be Kawasaki. Doesn't have to be Sea-Doo. Buy what makes you happy. And let's not try to be negative about anybody, what brands they are. Let's just state facts when there's an issue. So everybody knows they can find where they can find the research before they purchase something. So that's basically where I'm at. See you guys next one. Peace out, Beowulf Nation.